Hey everyone, just wanted to show you another update to my Magic the Gathering Arena Card Gatherer. I've cleaned up the calibration a little bit, added little icons, made them collapsible for the various functions of adjusting where positionings are. I can hide this here. And so you can lay out where everything is within Magic the Gathering Arena. And then the card library, which I've kind of set here, if I just even clear these filters, but I've made a filter and an exportability so you can export all the cards that you have. But we can look at the filter and we can say, well, we want all the white cards, and we can apply this filter. Now, you notice right here, this one here, let me go and say the cards, what we selected here, it falls within the white because it can produce a white mana. But the API is now working where it will, based on the card name that it pulled, it will pull the card information, the Oracle text, and everything about the card, along with the image. So it makes it so much easier. You can filter down to specific set, you can filter down to rarity, how many mana it would cost. Again, the types, you can search for creature types too. Let's say if there was cats, you can apply that filter. So everything that would be considered as a cat, cat soldier, cat warrior, you can see which cards you have, and also anything that may have it appear within your text. But if you're just wanting to search even within the Oracle text, you can type that text here and say we could search for something like, if we wanted to know, well, do I have any +1/+1 cards? And I can apply that filter, and then everything that then has +1/+1 within its description will be there. So that'll just help with those finding specific cards within your library. Let me clear that filter out. And then you can export your list. You can export the cards or to a CSV file. And I may even build like a little deck builder and be able to export the decks or import the decks. I think that you can even export out of Magic the Gathering. But again, this has just been a test here with, to be able to read the screen and pull the information from it. How many do I own? But again, here to show you, we can say, hey, let's just do 3 pages. Now, I don't have any new cards, okay? But if we go to the beginning and let's just say, hey, I want to pull the first 3 pages, I can set that here. You could set it to 1,000 depending on how many cards you believe you have. And that's part of this here, is that it will show you the page that it was found on. The first page it was found, the last time it was found, in case, as you get new cards, you'll know exactly where to look with that. But then we could start auto scanning, and it will capture the cards. It will click through, gathering the information, how many you have, and it will load that then into the application and update your library accordingly. And it will go to the debug log so you can kind of see what you have here. Now, one thing that you can do is, let's say if you do have a card that has some graphics on it, like here's one, but it was able to capture it. Another one may be, I know that I had an issue with, but I've already resolved it, is this Hop to It card. It read it a little funny. If that happens, you can actually select the card if this was it, and we have some actions that we can, if we select it here, we can right click and say, correct the card name, and it will allow us to type in the new name, and we'd be able to apply that correction, and then we can rerun the Skyfall API lookup to get the card's information. And if you needed to, you can delete that card. So if we kind of even go back here to the beginning, you know, we have Healer's Hawk. So if we go to Healer's Hawk, which is right here, we could, well, it's not letting us delete, so we're going to need to make sure that we have that here. And it's not going to let me delete that card. I guess it is disabled. We're going to have to, there's another update we're going to need to make. But it will rescan, and it can rerun this Skyfall lookup, and it will correct that. So I'll add that update, be able to delete, but for some reason these are disabled, and I'll make that change. But that's the development process. You know, changes are made, and you have to test to make sure. Oh, actually, this is because I'm on the debug. That's actually why. This is debug is really just also being able to test and see what was retrieved on the page. But if we go to the card library, okay, and we can filter this down. Let's look for that Healer's Hawk. Okay, so let's see there, it's even myself. Actually, we should be able to search. That'd be another thing I need to add. Let's clear that filter. We need to be able to search by the card name. That'd be a beneficial search. Actually, search name, so we can put that in there. So let's look up Healer's Hawk like I was doing. And let's apply that filter. And there it is. I own 4. And you can see it has white mana, power and toughness 1, common rarity. Okay, now if I come over to the actions, that's why. It's because I was on, it goes to the detection debug. But if I come here now, I can delete this specific card. Am I sure I want to delete this card? If this card is encountered during another scan, it will be added again. Let's if we, it shouldn't add duplicates. You know, it's just if you're changing the name, and let's say maybe it possibly catches a card that it got the name wrong. I'm giving it, this is the ability to be able to delete that. So, but let's say I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to clear my filters. And now if I search that particular card, Healer's Hawk, and I'm going to apply that filter, there's nothing there. The card doesn't exist. Okay, and Healer's Hawk is on my first page, so we can just change this. We're going to just scan one page. And we can start auto scan. It's going to scan those cards, and what it's doing is it's pulling back the name of the card and how many you have. The information that's on the Oracle text, it's actually pulling from the API. And so here's Healer's Hawk. It was able to pull it back. So if we kind of come back to our library here and we do our search, Healer's Hawk, and we apply that filter, there's our card. We own 4. Card type. It has the Oracle's text, and it is there. So it is working. But if you wanted to, you can, like I said, you can export the CSV file, which will ask you where you want to send it, and save it, and you can use that however you'd like. But this is where I'm at. I think there might be a few more tweaks that I want to make to it, but if you have any suggestions or thoughts, please let me know. Be happy to look into those and see possibly about making updates. All right, you all have a great day and take care.